this time. And we will now proceed with the consideration items. Any member of the audience may request to address the council on any consideration item prior to the City Council taking the final vote on the item. The Mayor will invite interested persons to come forward to the podium and speak as each item is called. Speakers must limit their comments to 3 minutes each. The first item we have is to consider approval of the necessary actions to call a general municipal election on November 4th, 2008, to place a measure on the ballot relating to a transaction and use tax. And if we could please have Jennifer, I'm going to invite the public to testify should they wish to. Those in support or opposition of the item, would they please come up to the podium and provide us with their name and their address. Yes. Well, seeing that there is no one else in opposition, I would ask for those who would wish to speak in favor of the item to please come forward and provide us with their name and their address.
Thank you. My name is Tim Shaw. I live at 531 Spruce Way here in La Habra. I am Vice Chair of the Community Services Commission, and I served on the City Fiscal Review Committee a few years ago. A few points I thought I would add to the discussion tonight. If we look at the revenue the city has over the last several years, we might see that it is flatlined or fairly consistent. One point I think that is fair to make is it's difficult to ask our employees to never have a cost of living increase, a COLA. So I think over time we should expect the city's budget to grow, even if we're just maintaining the status quo. Another point on the Community Services Commission I've seen over the years, actually the CDBG funds we get from the federal government have been cut. And actually in government when we talk about cuts, sometimes we play funny games with that word, but we've seen actual reductions in the funds given to us by the federal government. Real cuts. And a final point I would make, which Jennifer somewhat alluded to, is we have to look at and I think a fair way to look at a city's budget and tax revenue situation is the per capita revenue. If we're comparing apples to apples between La Habra and other cities, it's fair to ask, what is the city's revenue per capita? And in that regard, La Habra is right at the very bottom here in Orange County. So those were a few points I just wanted to bring to the discussion this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shaw.